When someone suggested I tell a story about my school, I did not buy the idea. And you can't blame me though. I just felt there was no story to tell. But I guess there's always a story. Growing up, the word university meant one thing: freedom. It was parties, late nights, and just anything fun you could think about. That was the dream. But graduating from school, I realized that the dream wasn't just impossible, it wasn't my reality. Because I wasn't just headed to a Christian university, I was headed to Anchor, a deeper life institution. If you grew up in Nigeria, you know the code. The Deeper Life Church is famous for its strictness, not just in the pulpits, but in every area of life. And it's what makes them stand out. But what does that mean for us? It means zero tolerance for the world. Forget the fashion, forget the trends, no earrings, no makeup, no trousers for the women. Your wardrobe is simple, your hair is plain, and the only music you hear is gospel. This isn't just about belief, it's about a complete lifestyle overall. And at Anchor University, this lifestyle was our new normal every single day. Another thing about the church is that it is known nationwide for one thing, which is its great involvement in education in Nigeria. The proof is clear. Looking at the Deeper Life High School that have campuses almost in all states in the country, and they'll always have a reputation for academic excellence. But recently, they decided to go even bigger. The church launched its own university, which is Anchor, and the person appointed to be highest office, the chancellor, was the general superintendent himself.
I affirm to perform the duties faithfully and diligently.
That moment when Pastor Kumeye officially accepted the role of chancellor, it confirmed everything. This wasn't just another school, it was the pinnacle of the deeper life system, built to uphold these specific doctrines we just talked about. And so, the journey began. Living Ondo State wasn't just leaving home, it was leaving behind the freedom I knew. Every kilometer brought me closer to Anchor University. Arriving in Lagos, the city of hustle, the city of options, felt like the last moment of true freedom before stepping into the system. This contrast, the chaos of Lagos versus the discipline inside the gates, is everything this documentary is about. I was ready to find out what it really felt like to be a student here. But let's be real, my own experience is just one piece. The only way to truly show you the truth is to hear from the people who lived it. My friends, my colleagues. It's their stories that truly unlock the reality of life at Anchor. At Anchor, the first thing they hand you isn't a text, it's a schedule. The day starts before the sun comes up, and literally every single minute is booked. The schedule is so packed. It is designed to make sure you never have time to think about anything else. I feel like it's just about keeping us busy.
So a typical day in the university is very stressful for me because most of our classes start by 8. You hardly have a class that start by 10 in the morning. And the one that even start by 10 self, the lecturer will fix class for you.
Waking up by at least 7:30, then going to class at 8.
So when you have class from 8 to 4 in the afternoon, then for Mondays and Thursdays, we normally have church. And they start by 6, attendance is by 6:50. So everybody have to be in church because church is very compulsory.
So for Mondays are like so hectic. We usually used to close finish our lectures around 5 or 4. And you have to be in church by 6, so it's there.
You finish class by 4, you're stressed, you get to go to CAF to get food, and then before you just say you want to eat and rest. Sometimes the class might even not finish by 4. It takes longer than that sometimes, so it's just depending. So that's how it is for me, Sham. A typical day is stressful.
But the schedule stress, that was just the warm-up. For a lot of us arriving here, the whole vibe and way of life felt we landed in another country entirely. The whole setup is just so specific to the deeper life way. Almost everyone here got hit with a serious culture shock. It doesn't ease you in, it hits you instantly. Though I feel like nothing hits harder than the phone ban. It felt impossible when I first heard of it. But I guess right now, I'm really used to it. I talked to fellow students about it, and they all see it as a challenge, though some understands the advantages.
Actually, I would say personally for me, I feel that it's good in a way, but it helps us be focused, what we're doing. Because sometimes, phone can be very, very distracting. I just feel like it's okay, option. Phone ban. Yeah, it actually helps us because let's say we are using phone. Some people will not even talk to you, they will not even want to relate with you because they will always be on their phone. So in that way, it helps. But then on the other side, it's not exposing the school because I feel like if phone is allowed, then people will get to know the school better.
Okay, the phone ban, I'm actually not in support of that. I believe that phones are necessary. I mean, academic purposes and all, it's easier. I mean, just send a note to WhatsApp group and I can easily access this, right? So I believe that the phone ban is very much, it should be uplifted because people into content creating and all, the school can easily be promoted by that. So there are positive sides to it. But I feel that the negative side is what the school is, focusing on, and they're not seeing the light in this. I believe that the phone ban should be, lifted.
So they basically didn't give us a professional reason. Yeah, they didn't give us a public and official announcement the reason. But based on personal opinion, I think the usage of smartphones is going to allow for more distractions in life for students, academically, spiritually. Of course, is a faith-based school. And it's going to reduce the social interactions among the students. Imagine students walking randomly on the road of the school, everybody focused on their screen time and everything. It's going to reduce the social interaction among the students. So I think it allows to enhance social interactions among the students. That's my personal opinion on it.
So personally, I feel like banning of phone is helpful. Obviously, phone is to distract. So it's made us less distracted. But in the long run, I feel like it will actually if they give us if they allow us to use our phone to expose us at least. Anchor University is very, very not exposed. So I feel like to help us to have been exposed as a school.
Cause it less distraction, whereby in classrooms, students won't be able to use their phones and distract the class. But the disadvantage part of it is that the school is not being publicized as it's meant to be because of lack of phones. It's not being out there. It's not being seen. That's it.
In a deeper life school, compulsory church is not a surprise. It's the foundation. Anchor University is equipped for this. They have the facilities for proper services, not just on Sundays, but for mandatory devotionals and activities throughout the week. But going to church because you have to, that changes the experience entirely.
I was shocked at the fact that all students have to attend church on a regular basis, like at least 3 times, and also 4 times in a week: Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and sometimes Friday. And the fact that those attendance in church contributes to the academic excellence of the students, I was surprised, as a fresher. Because if I come here randomly gone in the institution, but I saw the benefit as well. It helps to improve the students' spiritual lives in all areas. And yeah.
As first, a lot of people were like, why is it that the church is putting a strict rule on sign attendance and it's being added to your TMC and all? But I came to realize that if those rules are not put in place, I mean, people won't come to church. It's just my own personal observation. During the holidays, people don't go to church and everything. So I don't believe that the rule is it helps, and of course your spiritual life is the school content. So I don't believe that it helps. Yeah, at least so you come to church more often. Yeah.
But one thing that this school does really well is about the commitment they show up in two very important places. First is the academics. Remember the high school reputation for results. The same drive for excellence is magnified here. The quality of learning is exactly what you expect from a system this focused. It stopped there. But the second and arguably the biggest positive surprise is the staff. When I asked my colleagues about the best parts of their education, almost everyone mentioned the same people, the lecturers.
The teachers, yeah. Most of my teachers are good.
When we talk about the lecturers, the way they deliver their lectures and everything, and they enable students to ask questions and everything with them after the classes.
Lecturers, they are easy to talk to. If you have a problem, they are easy to go to talk to them about the problem, and they help you out in any way possible they can.
I think one thing I love personally is the fact that students still find a way to enjoy themselves in an environment like this. And also, despite the strict rules, people find creative ways to enjoy themselves. Because in the long run, we are young people and we have to enjoy ourselves and stuff.
So even though the school is very, very strict and their rules and regulations are very tight on us, I don't use that one to hold me down and say the school is strict, I'm not going to have fun. No. We have a sports center. So I play badminton, I go to sports center, I play badminton, and then I have very cool friends that I chill with. Yeah. So guys, I have fun, it's good.
I'm a very big movie fan. So I watch movies when I'm free. That's all I do because that's all I can do. Yeah.
First of all, watching movies. Just watching movies. Then eating out with my friends. Like when me and my friends go to cafeteria and eat together, we can be gisting as we are eating.
As a music lover, we come together as a group and we sing and make melodies and harmony. Also the sports arena, basketball courts, we go there, we play and we have fun. That's how I enjoy myself in the institution.
And also, I think every student likes something about the school.
Let's talk about the architectural view of the school. This school has a very nice architecture, the buildings, the everything, they are well shaped. And also we talk about the environment. Yeah, this school has one of the best environment view. It has a sailing place that enables students to learn very well and everything. And talk about the academic excellence of this school. Yeah,
They support students that have very good potentials. When you know the potential in yourself and you're ready to work it out and make it show. If, like, when you go to meet probably our student affairs, yes, when it gives you approval, they help you to do one or two things that probably help you to build yourself up and then make you known in the school.
Basically, coming to Anchor was where I gave my life to Christ. So I would say the fellowship because they really helped a lot. Salvation experience, sanctification, healing, the whole spiritual experiences was a lot in Anchor University. So that was one thing I enjoyed. I enjoyed being in the fellowship with the Eshkos and the lights. And my roommates, I'm not going to do them out for anything. I loved staying with my roommates and my classmates, of course. So the people were just everything for me in Anchor University. And of course, the academics, my lecturers were. So I really loved it, yeah.
Now, when we talk about nightlife here, we are talking about absolutely nothing. Of course, boys and girls are not even allowed to move together after a specific time. The only thing that made night sweet was just sitting down with your guys or buy snacks. It was the simple small things that just meant everything. That's where they sell like chicken and chips and stuff and shawarma. Now for rich students, somebody like me, that's what I'm looking for there. If you ask me what I think of this school on a personal level, yeah, I will tell you, Anchor University is tough, but it's built to create focus. And I can say personally, it's delivered exactly that. Being here, being kept out of the noise, was the exact discipline I needed to stay out of distractions. For me, the structure didn't just help me pass exams, it gave me the space to actually chase my dreams. While I was here, I was able to grow from being just a student to becoming an entrepreneur and a content creator. And honestly, doing that year was easier than it would have been anywhere else. Because when the world outside is screaming for your attention, this system puts up the walls for you. It forces you to look inward, to focus on your purpose, and to finally get things done. That's the ultimate trade-off of this deeper life experience. You sacrifice freedom for discipline, and you live with something much more valuable. But for me, the most interesting discovery was still to come. When I was preparing to come here, I searched everywhere online trying to find a content creator from Anchor. I found nothing. At the time, I was planning to start making content. But when I saw how strict things were, I honestly killed that idea entirely. I thought it was just impossible inside these walls. Then recently I saw it. A student here was putting out genuinely good content. I was shocked. So I had to meet him and I had to ask him, how are you actually making this work?
My name is Adi Abraham. I'm a student and entry level student, and my department is medical lab science. It has been a very hectic journey because initially it was not supposed to be this committing one, but it has been something that I had to find time to pick. It has been a decision that I had to make. I had to find the balance in between medical lab science, content creation. Both are time-taking aspects of an individual, but it was something that I had to decide. I find a way to balance it. When it's time for school, I lock in. It's time for schoolwork. When it's time for content creation, I lock in. It's time for content creation. Sometimes I want to slip into one another, but usually that has been one of the challenge. I still do the challenge up to, I still face the challenge up to today, but it has gotten better over time, and I'm going to find the balance. I face some challenges when trying to shoot content. Different kind of challenges, a particular time when you want to shoot, how you want to shoot, where you want to shoot, people you want to use. These are multiple challenges that I face when I want to shoot on campus. And the inability to use a mobile phone also poses that kind of sort of challenge, that kind of thing, so that it brings us in a situation whereby you have limited time to shoot your content when you want to use a camera. So it brings a lot of time to pre-plan a content, and when it's time to shoot, you shoot it within a limited time and just get it done. So the fact that you have to use a digital camera is a very, 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 very serious issue. So, and sometimes having to do some content that might go against the fundamental principles of the university that you are in also pose that kind of challenge. It depends. I think that it depends on what you define as creativity. So if all what you call creativity still aligns with the school moral principle, of course they will support you. There are people who write books in this campus and they've supported. There are people who have gone to represent the school in all over the place, showing their artwork and their athleticism, and the school have supported them. So it is when the definition of creativity begins to vary and begins to stand on the edge of the principle, that's when they will have to abruptly cut it off, because we are still students and we are still under their supervision. So generally what I would say is that as long as what you call creativity is what is really being between moral guidance and moral principle, I believe they will support you. So like I would say, but like the major principle of our university education. So as long as you can find the way to prove that it's along that path, your creativity is along your educative path, I'm sure that they'll find a way to support your creativity. Initially, when we started, having to struggle to get cameras to shoot. But then, one of the things that made it better was when I got known by the authority that this is what I do. So that's made it a lot more easier to shoot content, knowing fully well that I have the backings of the authority alongside what I'm doing. As long as what I'm doing is in line with making the school a more heritable place. That's it.
Subscribe to his channel.
Subscribe. If I find out that you don't subscribe or you don't like that video, I'm going to come after all of you that have seen that video.